I just want to give a simple talk on the idea of justice. It came up, there was a case in the news that a lot of people were following, and they were upset because there was an acquittal of a mother who was suspected of being culpable in her daughter's death. People follow things like this closely because, to quote, or to misquote I should say, Dr. Carl Jung, it's a case of modern man in search of a life, living vicariously through this story. I don't pay much attention to it. I didn't follow the case very much. All I can say about it is it stunk to high heaven. Everything about it. The case itself, the people involved, the prosecution, stunk so bad it made Nidhogg smell like cologne. High karate or old English leather or whatever. It was that bad. The people are angry because they wanted to see that woman punished. Wanted to see retribution. And that tells me they didn't understand justice. They don't understand it at all. They just understand retaliation. Real justice can use punishment and retaliation, and maybe it won't, because real justice isn't seeking to get payback. Real justice is about setting things right. Forget those scales. That's fairness. That doesn't work. What works is justice, which is actually a swinging pendulum working to restore equilibrium. And you may not like its methods, you may like them. But setting things right, justice can be harsh. Some people will only set things right when they're punished. Some people can be prevented from setting things wrong by restraining them. So maybe you can't get them to set things right, but you can keep them from making more wrong. With humankind, it's not an absolute. Real justice comes from weird. Real justice comes from Forseti. It comes from Tyr. Real justice is a sublime thing. Setting things right. One of the things you have to understand is that punishment sometimes is the only way it can get through to you. But when you hear cases of people who spent 6 out of the last 7 years in jail on misdemeanors, they're not getting the point. Because, see, justice to work has to work within you. What you're doing out here is just a symptom of something wrong here, which means you've got work to do. And if you don't do that work, you're going to keep doing the wrong thing. Look at O.J. Simpson. He beat the one rap, but he's in jail now for another one. Why? Because he's the kind of guy who does that. Because it's in here, he didn't do anything about here, and now he's sitting in the camp. So the way to deal with justice is deal with yourself. If you're a person who keeps running into situations involving justice, either with the legal system or just little things in your own life, it's a warning to you to get on to yourself. Because dig this, folks. Normal people aren't regulars in the police station. Normal people don't have the police at their door more than once a year, maybe, if that. Normal people don't go to jail. Normal people don't have a bail bondsman on their speed dial. So if what you're doing is getting you into that kind of trouble, stop doing it and start making a change. That's justice. That means justice is getting through to you, and once you start acting right, justice no longer acts against you. Dig yourself. It really is that simple. The case we saw with the woman, people are worried about justice, but remember again, if she really is the kind of monster that people put her out to be, it'll show up again and she'll get justice then. Don't worry about it. That's her problem. Don't worry about this. The whole thing stunk. Concern yourself with justice in your life. Try to be a person who can be considered just. It's better than fairness. And by the same token, set yourself on the right side of justice, because on the wrong side, it just hurts. This is Uncle Thor. Good luck in your studies. Have a good one.